the animes you see on Reels a lot are the ones that are probably like you're gonna see a second season for. If like
Ones that people want to have, they need the quick ones or whatever, not the ones that build you up.
yeah, no one likes it's a shame that no one likes story development these days. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Irbal Sinergy, the shop. I am your host, Sinji. With me, as always, my co-host, Irby.
It's me.
Irby.
Yes, they know that from my voice.
First and foremost, happy holidays to all. And to all, a happy holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. I was waiting for Irby to co-sign. And Happy New Year's. When you get this out, when this comes out, we'll be 2 days away from New Year's Eve, and some of you are gonna stay up to midnight and have yourself a ball. I will be sleeping, but a Happy New Year's, nonetheless.
Sucker.
What was that?
Sucker. We're not staying up.
For not staying up, sucker for not staying up.
Yes.
I mean, I think New Year's is overrated, but whatever.
I think you're overrated.
I might be. We got to be popular for me to be overrated. But
No.
with all that being said, Herb, you got a flavor this week?
I don't think I really got a flavor this week. Trying to think about the shows I've watched over the week. Yeah, Stronger Love Frontier is pretty good. I guess one that really grinded my gears was Seirei Jin Sukeke, The Spirit Chronicles, because it just got on my nerves because there's this scene where the guy, the being that he has control over is like, hey, I'm sensing some strange hostile energy upstairs with certain folks. And then he's like, oh, let me ask the people in charge of here if they've heard any reports from upstairs. And they're like, no, I haven't heard any reports. Meanwhile, everyone upstairs getting slaughtered. And the lady that previously told you before, when she felt like hostile energies, there was evil beings over there, and that was the case. It's like, now you don't believe her? Like, what are you doing? Stop. Like, I mean, I get you got to progress the story, and if you would just went over there immediately, he could have snuffed it out. But it's like you could have just went up there and checked out, but made dude leave quicker than that, so that the guy couldn't catch him in the act. But it's just, yeah, stuff like that just gets my goat.
Yeah, gets my goat.
Yeah,
I get what
like,
you mean, though.
yeah, because like now you don't trust her. Was she every time she told you something, she's always been right? Like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
I would have been offended as a spirit. I'd be like, oh, all right. I'm just gonna let you die from now on. Don't ask me to do nothing for you. Not a gosh darn thing. You on your own, buddy.
Some strong sentiments from Irby.
Yup. Yeah.
um,
What's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor?
I had to. My flavor didn't come from me reading the chapter, as I didn't understand what I witnessed, and what I saw after I read an article made a lot more sense. So, Irby, my flavor this week is yet another groundbreaking, day one changing event that happened in One Piece in the last chapter.
What? That's crazy.
And it turns out that Shanks has an evil twin.
An evil twin, you say?
I was waiting for crickets, but I appreciate the dramatic pause and then repeating.
There you go.
I
As you
apologize. I'm a little out of it. I'm a little tired, and I have a headache. But yeah, he has an evil twin, and some pieces started to fit into place, and like some things started to make sense because even though I don't think you might remember it, we have talked about it before on whether it was on the cast or out the cast, where like it was weird that Shanks was having a meeting with the four supreme beings in the government, the elders, and it was just like, oh my god, is Shanks a traitor or what's going on? Is he playing two sides? Was he one of those nobles, those celestial dragons that you can't touch? And they were like,
double agent.
yeah, and then like we see him in Elbaf, like almost we're like gearing up for him and Luffy to meet up for the first time forever, and then like at the end of the chapter, evil Shanks shows up, and I was just like, at first I was just like, but like Shanks is a pirate, so like is the twin actually evil if he's technically working for the government?
I was going to ask you, what quantifies him as the evil twin?
Nothing. That's what they labeled him as. And I was like, we don't know if he's evil yet. Although I can already see the twin meeting up with Luffy first. I I want to give Luffy credit with his observation in hockey and whatnot, and like say that he will know it's not Shanks. But then again, after the 2 year time skip, he didn't know his whole crew wasn't his crew. That whole fake crew that wasn't his actual crew. So I don't know, but nevertheless, finding out Shanks had a twin was like, oh damn, okay, all right, we're just closing up a lot of. Oda's wrapping up a lot of mysteries. It feels like One Piece is like on its
About time.
on its final stretch. We're just closing out all the things that left us with questions before.
About time.
I heard it first time, dog.
I know, I'm just reiterating. One Piece been in action longer than you've been alive.
That's true. That's a factual statement.
I know. That's why I need to hurry up and wrap up.
Now, on a side note, before we get into the topics today, excuse me. Before we get into the topics today, I do want to let everyone know that I have started reading another webtoon. And this one is called The Genius Assassin Who Takes It All. And just to give you guys a quick 1-2, it's about an author who created a story and he wrote an ending, and it turned out the good guy was always the bad guy and the bad guy would have been the good guy, and everyone hated how the story ended. So he went to sleep, I guess, feeling bad, and when he woke up, he was the good guy who everyone thought was bad, and now he's trying to prevent the ending to his own book.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yet
It's
another list of stuff you add that you're not going to have time for.
What do you mean?
You're not going to have time because you're just going to get like 20 billion shows, 19 billion stuff you're reading.
Oh, but reading's easier because I could just do that at work.
Reading on the clock, E.
Yeah, man. On the toilet, on the clock, when it's family time, it's easy to sneak in a story.
That's what you say.
That man, listen, it's got 40 chapters. I'm on like 33.
Just adding more stuff to the fire.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I have way too many things already. In the queue. Adding another story that I'm interested. I honestly, sometimes when like, so I have 7 weeks before 3 or 4 of my stories like are free again, and I'm not sure I'm gonna remember what the hell was I reading last time when I get to that free chapter.
Yeah, I know. You just do so much in so little time, and you're like, oh man, let me just add a whole nother one.
No, I can remember like the things pretty well on the weekly basis. It's
Can you?
yeah. It's when weeks go by and it's just like I don't know what happened. Yo, I got some chapters, but at the same time, I should read the last chapter that I read before like I go back on the series as like say came from hiatus or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, I should. I should 100% do that.
You should,
Yeah.
but yeah.
What you want to get into, dog?
Let's see here. What to get into? So skibby doop dap doo doo. Yeah, not much. Dan didn't have an episode this week,
Oh,
but yeah, I think the previous ones. Where did I leave off on that? I think it was I think the last time I left off, they was doing the fighting, right?
something about I don't know because you're not the only one who talks to me about this show, so like it's hard to from a couple weeks back. It's a little hard to pinpoint what was what.
Interesting.
So I
Well, I
think I
think
remember. I don't remember who, but it was like no, it was Pete. Where it was like they won't leave his junk alone or something like that. So that wasn't you on the cast. I don't remember.
no. I think it was so I think they were just fighting in the school, and my boy Okarun, Miss Ice Age childhood love interest comes back, and so there's like a love square that's going on.
A love square.
Yeah, because Miss Ice he likes Miss Ice, and Ice clearly likes him, but her childhood crush is back, and child crush may or may not like her. And then the random girl that has the powers likes Okarun. And so it's like a love square, which is just weird. But yeah, he's trying to get over it. So essentially, it's that usual fighting over your love. You got to show your love and the oh, I love her so much. Can I do this better? This, that, and the other. Yeah. But yeah, fun times. It's pretty good. Enjoying it so far. It's on episode 12, which leads me to believe it may or may not be done for the season. Because normally they don't do 24 season episodes.
I
So
think I think it might be done for the season just because they've already announced the next season. And typically they don't really do that too. It's rare that they do that before a season's over. You know what I mean?
yeah, so I'm just like, maybe it'll come out, maybe it won't, but I'll keep an eye on it.
It'd be a pleasant surprise if it does.
Be a pleasant surprise if it doesn't.
Why a pleasant surprise if it doesn't?
I'm just talking. Don't mind me.
Um, I did watch some JoJo's, but I wanted to talk about Dragon Ball Daima first.
I was going to talk about Chaos Child. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that.
It's interesting. It's about kids that solve crimes. There's only one season, and it came out, I believe, like a year or two ago.
Ooh,
So I don't think it's going to get a whole nother season. If that makes sense.
no, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, this one's pretty much done. So it's a one and done.
You can.
But yeah,
I feel like you can tell when something. I think I said this before already, but like it seems like the animes you see on reels a lot are the ones that are probably like you're gonna see a second season for. If like
ones that people want to have, they need the quick ones or whatever, not the ones that build you up.
yeah, no one likes it's a shame that no one likes story development these days. Everything has to like everyone needs like immediate gratification.
I feel like there's a difference between world building and like media story development because some of them just take way too long to get into. By the end of the season, you're like, oh, this is what the whole goal is. And those ones, I can understand why they don't get a second one. But like some of the other ones, they build exposition and you follow along and it's entertaining. You're like, oh, okay. And the other ones, I'm just like, yeah, you don't need one.
I think
Like you
that's
could have
what
got
the
this done in the first 400 episodes. Like I'm like that whenever I look at One Piece.
I think that's what the producer for Peach Boy Riverside felt like they were doing. Like maybe they felt like the story didn't progress fast enough for like a normal, cohesive
They
watch.
just jumped all over the gosh darn place. I'm
Yeah,
like,
so I
what?
think they
This
just
makes
jumped all
no
over the
sense.
place to confuse people, to like stray away from like the story probably didn't progress quick enough. That's what I feel like happened. Now that we're
I
on
don't
the
know,
topic.
but they just did it all sorts of wrong. I was like, this is terrible. Like you don't need another season. You're done just off of that silly thing you just did.
It's rare I will put things on the Boruto list on like stuff I wish I would have just read. I wish I just read Peach Boy because like the watch wasn't. I feel like I couldn't properly enjoy the anime.
Yeah. Um, just looking at it, I'm like, why are we flashing back or why are we jumping forward? Like, dude, consistency is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you know it is what it is. So on to Daima real quick. There's a new Majin, and this one is called Majin Do.
Majin Do.
Yeah, which
Wow.
I'd be okay with the name, but like, what? Why do they need the "oo" part? And if this one was Do, because I guess technically, I had a moment where I was like, all right, well, the Majin we know is Majin Buu. Second one is Majin Ku, but it's with a K, and this one is Majin Do. Was there ever a Majin with an AUU like AU?
I feel like it just wouldn't roll off the tongue well.
It
So that's
wouldn't.
probably why.
It wouldn't whatsoever. Like it would not even on the slightest. No, neither would like an EUU. So like AU, but like AU.
Oh.
But again, they used the Cyberman seed to mix in with him. This Majin is chunkier. He has an antenna on his head, and he's stronger, but he's also kind of a doof. He's a little more like Boo, where the other one was kind of like a more like a Cyberman that could talk and had was somewhat intelligent. So like that's how they turned out.
Yeah.
Like I still don't know how to feel about them, but like maybe they'll combine at some point and become something of note. But regardless, this episode I thought we were going to see Vegeta go Super Saiyan, and we just ended the episode with him being eaten by a fish.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Eating
So
my fish.
next episode maybe.
Eating
That
my
was number
fish.
12, but like maybe
Call that
next.
man Job.
I'd be a little upset if Dragon Ball Diamond was only a 12 episode season. Like Dragon Ball is a big enough franchise where like you can do 24.
What? How? I think the first Super was like 24.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I haven't seen that like the season was over, but like it'd be weird to end on Vegeta getting eaten by a fish. I believe this is episode 12. I just want to double check. I might be talking out of my arse.
That's what you
Dragon.
always do
Nah, I don't always do that. That's rude.
most of the time. You'd be like, yeah.
It's uncalled for. Oh, it was episode 11. So that's why I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, is the next episode going to be the last episode? That'd be kind of weird. But we'll see.
Yeah. I also started watching Demon Lord 2099.
I don't know if that one's on my list.
It's a nice one. He essentially fights a hero and the hero, because he's immortal, he just comes back later. But essentially, he kind of dies, or he just. I'll say he'll go into a recuperative slumber for like 500 years, and then he comes back, and because of the wars and everything that happened, he loses his strength because he gets his strength from people knowing about him and followers. So he just comes back and he starts podcasting, not podcasting, playing video games, streaming, and he develops his calling that way. But some other stuff happens, and he turns into a big man and deals with all sorts of other twists and turns. But yeah, it's a good one. I enjoy it. Demon Lord Veltold.
Veltold.
Yeah, enjoy it. Give it a nice little watch. But continue. What else what else is on your mind?
I mean, Blue Lock was a great episode. Alpharetta, you watched that, right?
I've watched like the second season.
All right, then I don't want to go into that and like ruin anything for you.
She'd be ruining a whole bunch of stuff.
I don't ruin a bunch of stuff.
You do, just like you told me that Lord Julius was controlled by a demon.
Bro, like I swear I thought you were caught up.
Nope, I was not. You told me, and I still haven't forgotten it. Because I'm an elephant, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
But Black Clover has been on hiatus forever. You like there's still a chance you'll forget by the time you get to it.
I won't.
You'll be reminded instantly. Oh, that guy.
No,
It'd be a shame.
I won't forget because you told me this
if
like
I
a
didn't
year
know what
ago.
was in him.
Yeah, you told me this a year ago, and I still remember very vividly.
My bad.
Yeah, that's the curse of having a still trap of a mind. You just never forget too much of anything.
I was gonna
But
ask you
continue.
something dumb, but like it would have backfired
Go ahead.
on me. Nah.
Go ahead. Ask me something dumb.
Nah. I'm cool. I don't want no smoke.
Well, you gotta have a fire to have smoke, baby.
Yeah, I don't want no smoke.
Ain't no fire here.
I
Nah,
think I'm excited and like also, bro. Like, is it weird that I like and dislike that the next episode, which I think is the season finale to Blue Lock, is going to be an hour long?
that an hour long episode kind of reminds me of like a farewell, and like, hey, we're not coming back. This is it. So just trying to wrap up everything.
You know, I think if they don't announce another season after that episode within a couple weeks, I'll just start reading it because I've seen snippets and like I know it goes further than this. It's just I don't have a problem with watching an hour. It's just damn, like I gotta find a slot to watch. Normally, it's like when I watch an episode of an anime, I kind of just want to watch the whole thing. I don't want to pause in the middle and get back to it. I want to watch the whole thing. So now it's like where it's easier to find 23 minutes. This one's gonna be like an hour. Is this a true hour? So are we talking almost 3 episodes, or is just this double one episode, which is really like 46 minutes? But they said an hour, so it's like, yeah, you're 20 to 30 minutes away from a movie.
Some movies are an hour.
There you go. It's basically a movie, but it's been lit. The back and forth has been good. The surprise has been good. So I'm expecting a really good episode.
Yeah, hopefully it is.
Yeah.
A good one.
Shall we get into some JoJo's?
Yeah, why don't we get into a little bit of Burrito first?
Oh yes. I just read that too.
I'm saying unless you didn't read it.
I almost forgot about it. I wanted to wait till I was closer to the cast to read it so I remember more about it. And like before I knew it, it was like Tuesday. I was like, oh, I should start reading Boruto.
Yeah. I read it. Not much there. They're doing a plan to get old girl because apparently the real Moigi had feelings for Konohamaru, and they're using that to get her to let her guard down, and they're going to destroy her, which is diabolical in the least.
Hey
But
man,
Shikamaru's
he's
like,
not
hey,
Naruto.
I must say, yeah, he's like, hey, you got your qualms, but Naruto wouldn't do this, but I'm not Naruto, and I'm in charge right now. I was like, oh man, okay, I can live with that. So
They can too if they listen.
yeah, it's gonna be a good old next episode that I'll be waiting on. But yeah, I guess it was more people were in touch with their feelings this episode because Sarada and Class Rep had a whole thing about feelings and everything. So yeah, looking excited for it.
Well, Class Rep's the only one that like
Voiced her feelings about him.
she's like came straight up like I love him, or she didn't say I love him, but like she's like she was like it was she didn't come off as like like petty, but it was almost like you knew how I felt about him. You still threw yourself into his arms.
Like, yeah, you didn't even think about what I was doing or like my feelings. You just was like, oh yeah, which leads me to believe that that Sarada has underlying feelings that she doesn't even know about.
Oh yeah, hundred
So
percent, 100%. But like, yeah, yeah, that's I don't question that at all. That Sarada and Boruto are gonna be a thing.
yeah, that's gonna be a tough one because that child is gonna have all sorts of power that I don't know will be great for him.
Let's see, Naruto, Boruto,
Because it's going to come out with
Hidito, the last generation.
no, it's going to. I'm talking about. He's going to have the Rinnegan straight off rip because once you cross the two chakras, you automatically get it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like Hidito, the last generation.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, it's going to be rough. But yeah, all right. Well, let's get into some JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
There's not too much to get into, although like I feel like even this little bit, it's gonna be conversation upon conversation. Mind you, I only wrote four things down.
How many episodes did you watch?
Um, let's
Two.
no, hold on. Let me see. Give me 2 minutes. Let me get into Netflix. Where am I?
Just ballpark it. Yeah, between 5 and 10.
Yeah, I watched like two.
Yeah, watch like two.
I watched like two.
Yeah. Figures, but you started a new thing to read.
Bro, but like I read most of it at work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot happened those two episodes, bro. I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard. There's so much to to absorb. By the
Yeah.
time the two episodes are over, I felt like I watched. I promise you, I thought I watched like five. I thought I watched five.
Yeah. I know. It'd be so engaging. You're like, oh man. You're like, oh.
So all I got to. It sounds so bad when like I think about it. I'm over here talking like, yeah, we're gonna have this great JoJo conversation. I watched two episodes. Okay, so the dude that JoJo fought with the green guy, the green stand, in the school in the nurse's office or whatever.
Yeah.
He took the dude to his mom's house to find Joseph, and it turned out he had a little brain sucker thingy controlled his mind that Dio put there. So
Yeah.
they Joseph and the Indian dude said he was gonna die, and Jotaro didn't want to give up on him, so he used his stand to precision pull the thing out, and like as soon as he grabbed it, one of its tentacles started digging into Jotaro's arms, and he was pulling it out while this thing was inching closer and closer to his brain, and then he was like, "We have to stop him," and like Joseph was like, "No, look, that thing is almost at his brain. He hasn't even flinched. He can do this." And
Yeah.
he did do it. He pulled it out. How he didn't move not one bit while that thing was just crawling inside his body, I don't know. But hey,
Yeah. That boy's different, to say the least.
he is. It's kind of he's got that like I'm gonna be a dick, but I do care about you.
Yeah, I told you he
I don't know if it's a defense mechanism or he doesn't know how to show that he cares about people, or maybe he just doesn't like to be vulnerable. I don't know.
it's probably I feel like it's a little bit of both because he comes off as like brace. It's kind of like Vegeta. How Vegeta was like, oh yeah, I'm tough and rugged exterior, and then he has a family, he has a soft spot, but he doesn't want you to see that he lost his warrior's edge.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I told you, Jotaro, he cares in his own way, but he
Yeah.
acts tough and hard, but he actually truly cares for his mother and people he sees as worth him caring about.
To all my masculine and strong willed feminine anime lovers out there, it's okay to show your emotions towards people you trust.
Yeah,
It's okay to let
yeah,
them know you care. Communication is the key to success in life.
it is. But yeah, he yeah, he got this brain sucker out, and that. So continue with what else you got to say about it.
Um, it didn't take long into this season to completely shoot down my theory about power skipping generations because Mama Joestar came down with a fever and her stand was attacking her.
Yeah, from the inside.
And I was just like, oh, all right, well, there goes that theory. Does not skip a generation. She's just a late
Yeah,
bloomer, pun intended.
I wouldn't even say she's a late bloomer. It was more so she just because of the reaction that she had with Dio's awaken his ability. Like Jotaro's, he can fend it off because he's brash and abrasive and does stuff.
But I don't
So
understand. I don't understand why Dio having a stand awakened a curse that they all have stand. I don't understand that.
well, remember he has the original Joestar's body,
Yes, yes,
so they're all connected. Uh,
but I don't understand how they're connected.
it's their spirit and the Joestar bloodline. Like their blood just goes out, and they always have a wavelength with each other.
That's the weird part because like Joe Jonathan Arena was pregnant before Dio took Jonathan's body.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it still had Jonathan's blood in there.
So you think it has something to do with the birthmark?
It could be with the birthmark, but all of the Joestar line has the birthmark.
Yeah.
So it's one of those ones where spirit energy connects and all the other stuff, and it's like that. But yeah, there's some other stuff that happens in the season where it tells you how something could happen or get stands for folks.
Gotcha. All right. Well, um, we learned a little bit more about Jotaro stan after that, and how the pictures that Joseph were taking, how Dio was always in a dark spot. Well, apparently Jotaro stan can like see, like
Great
make things.
details.
Yeah, like he can like depict things in the darkness if he focuses a lot. So like, Jotaro stan seems a little OP to me. It's like he's precise, he's strong, he's fast. He has good vision. What is this thing not capable of doing? Losing.
You'll see. You'll find out.
So then they go to they go on a they say what I want to say. They dictate that in the picture was a specific bug, and the Indian guy like knew what kind of bug that was, but he couldn't pinpoint what kind of bug it was. So he went to the library and encyclopedia, and he found it. It's in Egypt, which didn't like wasn't Jonathan or Joseph in Egypt at some point? No, Germany.
Yeah, they were in Germany.
And Mexico, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, so Dio's in Egypt, so they took a plane. First thing, hopped on, and a bug stand popped up, and they were having trouble pinpoint. It was or hitting it because it was too fast. And in the midst of the whole thing, an old man, quote unquote, woke up and wanted to use the bathroom. And I was like, it's got to be the old man. No one else woke up. It's got to be him. It was him. What was that?
Yeah. It's a brilliant deduction.
Yeah, it's got to be him. No one else woke up. I didn't like that. I'll be honest. I didn't like that because like what makes JoJo so exciting for me is like how unpredictable it is. So like the minute something was predictable, I was like, oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I think at that point it was just one of those ones where they were just trying to go against the grain, but then in the next few ones you'll see some stuff you're like, oh, wow. That was big brain.
Yeah, so the dude that has the green stand took care of the old man. Kind of in the way I thought he would, a little bit. Whereas, like, he would set up a trap and attack from, like, a blind spot. And it wasn't exactly the way I thought he would do it, but, like, essentially he did that where, like, he faked moves to hide him spreading out a trap and then got it to where he wanted it to be and then took care of it. So then when he got the stand, the old man started coughing blood and turned out to be him. Then the plane started going down because the old man took care of the pilots or whatever.
Yeah, he got him. Got him good too.
And they ended up having to land the plane in the water, and like we see a little more of what I was talking about earlier, where like they were going to the cockpit and like the flight attendants were like, "Oh no!" And then Jotaro was like, "Move it, bitch."
Yeah.
And
they're like, "Oh, he's so cute."
What's this guy? Noriki?
You talking about Kaguyan? That's what.
Kakuin?
Yeah. Norikai.
That is listen. Even if he had I didn't even have a chance with this name.
You did.
I didn't. That's a hard name to say.
Kaguyan.
But yeah, Kakuen is like, oh, forgive him. We're in a rush. And I was like, oh, he's so dreamy too. And I'm like, okay. All right, ladies.
Yeah. I think JoJo kind of just wants to be like left alone, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's so dreamy. He's this, that, and the other." And JoJo's like, "I just want to do my stuff, do this, and get out of Dodge." But they won't allow him to be himself.
Yeah, so the plane hits a crash landing. They're in China. They're planning on another move. Um, a guy's in. They're in a restaurant. A guy's in there with them. Joseph invites him to the table with them, and because he's having trouble reading the menu, he's like, "Come here, bud. I can read it. I've been to China plenty of times. I know everything on here like the back of my hand." He's like, "This one's beef. This one's chicken. This one's pork. We'll take one of this, one of that, one of that, one of that." And then like the food got there, and it was like slugs, clams, nothing of what he.
Too.
Yeah, he was nothing of what he ordered. And they're like, "This doesn't look like what you ordered." And I was like, "Ah, whatever. It's all good." So they start eating. Actually, was good. And then the dude that they sat with him, who was obviously another stand user, revealed himself, and that's kind of where I left off. I don't think I know the results of that battle yet.
Mm, that was a good. That's when they started doing the big brain moves, start coming in, doing certain things, like certain actions. Were like, oh, he had set this move up, but he did this move and that move and the other move, and now they're 3 moves in, and because they deviated a little bit, he decided to go with this other move. Yeah,
We'll get there. I got today's Thursday. Weekends around the corner.
she might get there. You might not.
Weekends around the corner.
You probably pick up a new show and a new something else to read.
Oh, speaking of something else to read, I did pick up something new to read before that, but I'm not completely sold on the concept of it. It's kind of weird. It's a book about writers and how like writers have powers based on like how many people have read their books, and the power is hereditary, so like they pass it down to the bloodline. So people like, Shakespeare, James Patterson, years later,
Oh, you read James Patterson?
I don't, but my mom does, and I know he shits out a book every week.
He does not. It's like once a year.
I don't know about one thing, bro. That man has a lot of books.
He's put out a lot of books over the time, but like he doesn't do them. He doesn't write one himself like once a year, and he also, depending on the series, he delegates a book to
No, I know
like under.
I know he
Yeah,
works with people. Yeah.
but he just puts out like one once a year because I haven't seen any of his new ones yet. And believe me, I keep up with his readings.
Oh, you like James Patterson?
Yeah,
That's
love a
nice.
good JP novel.
That's
I
my
almost
mom
got
might
went and
have
got
all
my
of them.
book signed from him.
What was that?
So I almost went and got a book signed from him too.
Yeah, I think my mom has all his books. I think I'm not too sure.
He does a lot of different books and genres. Yeah, mostly mostly detective or like crime solving stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So like
good
some,
guy. Him and David Baldacci. He's
yeah,
another one.
Stephen King, like people like them, their offsprings would have like a ton of power, like really strong. So like this guy who was an orphan turned out to be like an offspring of a really strong writer, and like the one of the main like family lines got assassinated, I guess, and like the transfer of power didn't happen correctly, so it flew all the way to the orphan. And that's just where I'm at with it. I didn't get too far into it. I was like, I don't know about it right now. It's a different concept. I appreciate this person experimenting with this concept. I need a couple more chapters to see where it's gonna go. I should have waited till like it got a little deeper into the story.
You shoulda, woulda, coulda.
But you know, I'll continue to give it keep giving chances until I don't.
Yeah, you should. It'd be good to do something out of the ordinary.
Yeah, man. But that's all I got.
It is. Me too, dog. Got nothing much. In my anime. I did start reading a little bit of Kaiju number 8.
Ooh.
Yeah, not too much. I've read through and found a chapter in which TV show ended. So it's good. I'm enjoying it so far. They introduced a new goofy character. I was like, oh, he's pretty cool. He'd be me if I was a dude.
A troll.
I would say a troll, but he has all the similar interests that I have.
That's
The
cool.
the BS5, building building Gundam models.
The
I'm like,
PS5.
yeah, the BS5, man after my own heart.
Oh, I did want to talk about something real quick.
What? Talk about it.
I want to warn all of our fellow anime watchers that have to be gamers. The Binding of Isaac is a rabbit hole that will frustrate you. Do not get trapped by how fun it is or how different every run feels. Don't do it.
That's how it be, dog. Don't get bound by Binding of Isaac.
I'm bound.
We'll be unbound.
And you know what the trap was? You know what the trap was? Because I got the
What's
game. Because it was only like $15. I got the game. And I noticed my game was different from the game I was watching someone else play. Case in point, I couldn't see my stats. Yeah, so I couldn't see my stats. And I do a little research. And it turns out you need the DLC to see your stats. And that's an extra, one's $11, another is $20. I was like, damn.
That's how they get you.
Suddenly, I don't know if this is worth it.
Yeah, 'cause now you're spending you daggone
Damn, they're a
near
full
got
game, bro.
you had to say the full game after all the other stuff.
I mean, what I'll probably do is I'll probably wait till I get paid again, get the first one. Wait till I get paid another time, get the last one.
That's if you can wait that long because someone has an addictive personality.
An addictive personality is a strong statement.
A semi-addictive personality.
I'll accept a semi.
Yeah. Or one that doesn't like waiting. Accessory personality.
I don't understand the meaning of that one, but I'm assuming it's
Uh
the one.
Naruto, when the puppet master Sasori, he's like, I hate to be kept waiting. That's you. I hate to be waiting.
It's not like I can't wait. It's just if I was going to spend the money anyway, why not do it sooner? But I'm not going to do it sooner.
Yeah, I
All
mean,
right, that's all. That's all I got.
Is it all you got?
Yeah,
You sure don't have nothing more,
nothing else.
nothing less,
No more, no less.
no more, no more. Yeah, I've got nothing else either.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
except for we're playing the Pokemon trading card game.
the new one.
Yeah, for the phone.
How do you like it?
It's whack. I mean, I like it, but it's whack because
I like it, but it's whack.
it's whack because they do not. The weaknesses only work one way. So what I mean by that is, if I'm battling using my electric type versus your water type, I'll do 20 more HP damage, but in turn, your water attack still damages me the same. So it's not like
Oh, okay. So if normal attack was 10 and you had an electric and I had water, you do 20 to me, but instead of doing 5 to you, I still do 10.
No, I would do 30 to you
Oh,
because it's
30?
plus 20. Yeah, and then if your water attack was worth 20 points, you still would do 20 points to me.
Instead of doing like a 10 or a 5.
Yeah, or like not affecting me at all.
Yeah, okay. I get. I mean, it's fairly new. Maybe they'll work out those kinks.
I don't think they will. I think they just made it's meant to be like a dumbed down version of that, which I don't. You don't have to pay for stuff. Well, I haven't paid for anything yet, but you get stuff from opening packs and other things.
Oh, it can be a pay to win.
I wouldn't say pay to win, but you can pay to get certain things.
Gotcha. I thought about giving it a try. I wasn't too sure. I was just like, I've never been into Pokemon, but like that's also partly because I never understood how to play, never had enough cards to play. I don't even know how many cards you need to play. A dumbed down version on the phone could
It's
get.
different. It's different than the cards. I'll tell
Yeah,
you that much.
gotcha.
But
Well,
kind of similar.
I didn't know how the cards were anyway, so I mean, it ain't gonna be no Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's definitely not gonna be no Yu-Gi-Oh. They got a cheese deck though. The computer be beating me. I'm like, golly, this man rolled like 6 heads in a row, and now he had got 6 energies, and he's messing me up after I had him on the ropes. Was like he only had like one Pokemon left for me to kill, and he just got some more energy. I was like, man,
I hate card games that are like that. I mean, I used to play this game on my phone called like Skip 10. Tony got me into it, and like I got to this level where like if I had a good round or 2 good rounds, the computer would just freaking obliterate me the next 3. And it was just, bro, come on. I can't.
like it just made no sense because like I was like the odds of him rolling 6 heads in a row to get this thing off. I was like, no, you can't. Because like whenever I roll, it's like, oh, roll 2, you get a tails, and like 2 of them I get tails. After the 2, I'm like, dang. Or like I'll do it and I'll never rat off like a big old string of everything that I need to like knock someone out in order for me to get that Pokemon win. I'm like, come on. Every time they get it, but I don't. Or like I'll get like half of what I need and then get knocked out, and then I'll still lose on the next one. Like, I'm like, come on, man.
I hear you, dog.
Yeah. But yeah, it's different. But yeah, I guess we can go ahead and wrap that thing on up.
Guys, thank you. Too kind. No, please. Stop. That seemed really long. Were you like, did you press it again?
Yeah, I was always clicking to wrap it up. I thought you were gonna do that. I thought you were gonna do the outro. That's why I was.
I was waiting for I was just like,
Yeah.
how long is this clapping gonna? I think my shit's broken.
Yeah, I was like, let me go ahead and clap them on out of the outro.
Guys, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed, like, comment, share us, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.